Hello and welcome to this video in the 30 Days of Etsy series. Now in this video we're going to be going through a few things you want to consider before starting your Etsy shop, so that way you're setting yourself up for success right from the get-go. Now I'm guessing if you're watching this video you probably already have a little bit of an idea of what kind of shop you want to open, but I'm just going to go through a few of the basics now. That way, as soon as you sign up for your Etsy account, you're going to go off to the races. Okay, so as it says here, you want to have a general idea on what you want to sell in your shop. So you just want to have, a general idea of what kind of niche you're going to be in or what theme your shop is going to be, right? Because a handmade clothing store for children is going to be completely different to a store that sells digital products, for example. So similar to the store that I have. So for example, a clothing store will actually be shipping the items out physically. But for a digital products shop, you're not going to be having any shipping costs involved, as the file gets sent directly to the customer as soon as they purchase the item. Okay, so you just want to have a little bit of a think about what kind of items you're going to be selling in your shop and what's the theme. Another thing you want to think about is who your perfect customer is going to be. On this channel, I did a video talking about your ICA, which stands for your Ideal Customer Avatar. This video goes into depth about how to figure out who your ideal customer is and how important it is for the success of your store, whether that be an online store of your own or even an Etsy shop. So you just want to spend a little time thinking about what kind of customers your products or your shop will attract. The next thing you want to think about is your Etsy shop name. And I know you're probably thinking, gosh, I'm just, thinking of the idea of starting up a store. Why do I have to think about the name? Well, there is a reason for that. And that's because when you're doing your sign up process for your Etsy shop, you can't get very far without choosing a name. And it can be sometimes a little bit overwhelming when you get to this part of opening up your store and you have no idea what your name is going to be. So if you think about what it could be from the very beginning, this could actually give you a little bit of a head start. Now, if you have a kind of a general idea of what your Etsy shop would like to be called, you can actually go to Etsy itself to see if that name is available. I'll go ahead to Etsy now and just show you how this is done. Okay, so I just wanted to show you how you can search to see whether or not the name that you're thinking about using for your Etsy shop is actually already taken, because you don't want to come up to that blinking cursor to name your Etsy shop and then figure out that the name that you were thinking of is actually taken by somebody else. Wow. Okay, so this is a quick and easy way to figure out whether or not the Etsy shop name has been taken. So what you want to do is you want to go to Etsy, and then where it says here search for items or shops, you just want to start typing in the name of what you want your Etsy shop to be. So I'm going to do my own Etsy shop just to show you an example of a shop name that's already taken. So I'm just going to type in Penny Street Studio. And then here at the bottom where it says find shop names containing Penny Street Studio, you want to click on that, okay? So I'm going to click on that. And what it does, it takes you to all the shops that have these keywords in them. So you can see straight away that my Etsy shop comes straight up. So Penny Street Studio. So if I wanted to name my shop that, I would know straight away that it's taken, okay? So then there's a few other shops that have similar names, but that one wasn't taken, so I decided to take it for myself, okay? So, so if you wanted to search for another name, you just delete this here and you put in, I was thinking of doing the Makers Branding Shop. So let's see if that's available. So we've got Makers the Shop, the Branding Shop TX, and the Soap Makers Shop. So if I wanted to have the Makers Branding Shop for my Etsy shop name, I could take that because it hasn't been taken. So there you go. So that's a real easy and effective way to figure out whether or not your Etsy shop name is available. Okay, so now you have an idea of what kind of name you want for your Etsy shop. Now's the time to think about what email address you'll use for your Etsy shop account, because your email address is actually linked to your account and can actually be viewed by customers. So you don't really want to use your personal account for your Etsy shop because your personal name may or may not link up to your Etsy shop name. So what I did for my own Etsy shop, Penny Street Studio, I just created a free Gmail account. So it's Penny Street Studio, all one word, at gmail.com. So it's not a completely branded email address, but at least it's got my shop name in the email address itself. Okay, so you might want to have a think about doing something like that. Okay, so for my example store that we're going to be opening up, it's going to be a store that sells digital products. I want to kind of mimic what I've already created with Penny Street Studio to see if I can replicate the same sort of results. So I'm going to be opening up a digital product store. So the product listings will primarily be Canva branded templates for Etsy shop owners. So just to describe this, all Etsy shops have kind of like a basic branding. You've got the banner at the top, then you've also got your shop profile icon, which is that little square that you see in the top left-hand corner. Then you've also got your listing photos as well. So if you do custom orders or have reserved listings, I can actually make them branded as well. So it all kind of matches up. It's a way for people that don't really have that kind of design flair or want to even be bothered updating their Etsy shop branding to use this template as like a time saver, and it's relatively inexpensive. So I was thinking that the name would be something like the Maker's Branding Shop or the Shop Branding Shop, something like that, so that way the customer knows exactly what I'm selling when they look at the title of my shop. But once I'm clear on the name, I'll create a branded Gmail account for that Etsy shop name, and then I'll sign up with that email account. Okay, so that is just a brief overview of the things you want to think about before you sign up for your new Etsy shop. Okay, I hope that this was helpful, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next video of the 30 Days of Etsy Challenge. Okay, bye for now.